The purple smoke from the jar swirled into the sky like a giant snake made of poison. Zamasu was screaming with rage. His voice sounded like two pieces of metal grinding together. He was free. The evil containment wave had failed because the paper seal was wrong. Goku stood there with his mouth open. He looked at his hands. He felt terrible. He felt like he had let everyone down. The one chance to trap the immortal god was gone. Zamasu floated in the air. His face was twisted. He looked down at the heroes. He smoothed his clothes. He took a deep breath. He calmed himself down, but his eyes were still burning with hate. He said that mortals are foolish. He said that even their magic tricks are full of mistakes. He said that this was proof that mortals are stupid and deserve to be destroyed. Goku Black stood next to him. Black was clapping his hands slowly. Clap, clap, clap. The sound echoed in the silent ruins of the city. Black said that it was a very entertaining show. He said he almost got scared for a second. But now, the game was over. Now, it was time for the real punishment. Vegeta stepped forward. He walked past Goku. He did not look at Goku. He kept his eyes on Goku Black. Vegeta was glowing. His golden aura was not just yellow, it had sparks of blue lightning in it. He had trained in the hyperbolic time chamber with Trunks. They had spent a year inside there, but outside it was only a few hours. Vegeta felt stronger than he had ever felt before. His muscles felt like steel cables. His mind was sharp. He pointed a white glove at Goku Black. He told Black to stop laughing. He said that the laughter was annoying. He said that Black was wearing a Saiyan body, but he did not know how to use it. He said that a stolen body could never beat the prince of all Saiyans. Goku Black stopped clapping. He smiled a cold smile. He asked Vegeta if he really thought a little bit of training would change anything. He reminded Vegeta that he had beaten him easily before. He said that gods are above training. Gods are perfect. Vegeta did not answer with words. He answered with speed. Boom! The ground where Vegeta was standing exploded. He disappeared. He appeared right in front of Goku Black. He was so fast that Black's eyes went wide. Vegeta punched Black in the face. It was a heavy punch. It sounded like a cannon firing. Crack! Black's head snapped back. He flew backwards through the air. He crashed into a burning building. The building collapsed on top of him. Dust covered everything. Zamasu looked shocked. He turned to attack Vegeta, but before he could move, a sword slashed at him. Future Trunks was there. Trunks was in his Super Saiyan rage form. His aura was yellow on the outside and blue on the inside. His eyes were pure white. He swung his sword again. Zamasu blocked it with his energy blade. Clang! Sparks flew. Trunks screamed. He pushed Zamasu back. He told Zamasu to get away from his father. Goku shook his head. He slapped his own cheeks. Slap, slap. He told himself to focus. He could not be sad about the jar anymore. The fight was happening now. He looked at Gohan. Gohan was still standing near Piccolo's body. Gohan's back was turned to the fight. His aura was white and red. It was shaking violently. Goku walked over to Gohan. He put a hand on Gohan's shoulder. The energy coming off Gohan was hot. It felt like standing next to a fire. Goku told Gohan that he was sorry about Piccolo. He said they would bring him back with the Namekian Dragon Balls later. But right now, they needed to win. Gohan turned around. His face was scary. He was not crying anymore. His eyes were dry and hard. He looked at the villains. He nodded once. He said he was ready. Goku turned Super Saiyan Blue. The blue aura surrounded him. It was calm and peaceful, unlike Gohan's raging power. Goku and Gohan flew up to join the fight. The battle had split into two pairs. Vegeta was fighting Goku Black. Trunks, Goku, and Gohan were fighting Zamasu. It was chaos. The sky was flashing with different colors. Blue, yellow, pink, and purple beams of light were shooting everywhere. The noise was deafening. Every punch created a shockwave that blew the clouds away. Vegeta flew into the dust cloud where Black had crashed. He did not wait for Black to come out. He grabbed Black by the leg. He swung him around and slammed him into the ground. Bam! Then he picked him up and slammed him again. Bam. Vegeta was brutal. He was not giving Black a second to breathe. He punched Black in the stomach. Black coughed up spit. Vegeta kneed him in the nose. Black's nose started to bleed. Vegeta shouted that this was the power of a Saiyan. He said that Saiyans get stronger every time they fight. He said that Black stole Goku's power, but he did not earn it. He did not know the pain of training. He did not know the pride of breaking limits. Vegeta charged a garlic gun. His hands glowed purple. He fired it point blank at Black's chest. The blast sent Black skidding across the city. Black dug his fingers into the street to stop himself. He left long grooves in the concrete. He looked up. He was angry. He wiped the blood from his nose. He looked at his hand. He saw his own blood. It made him furious. How could a mortal make a god bleed? On the other side, Trunks was swinging his sword like a windmill. Zamasu was having a hard time. He could block the sword, but then Goku would punch him from behind. And when he turned to block Goku, Gohan would kick him from above. They were working together perfectly. Gohan was fighting like a demon. He did not care about defense. He only cared about hurting Zamasu. Gohan punched a hole right through Zamasu's stomach. Green slime and purple light came out. Zamasu laughed. He said it was useless. He healed instantly. The hole closed up. Zamasu fired a blast at Gohan. Gohan did not dodge. He swatted the blast away with his hand. He grabbed Zamasu's arm. He snapped it. Snap. Zamasu screamed in annoyance. He heeled his arm back. He said they were like flies. No matter how much they hit him, he would not die. Goku landed next to Trunks. He was panting a little. He said that this was going nowhere. He said that Zamasu's immortality was a huge problem. They could beat him up all day, but he would just heal. They needed a way to stop him for good. Trunks said they had to keep pushing. Maybe if they damaged him enough, his healing would slow down. Goku was not sure, but he agreed to try. He powered up. He used the Kaioken on top of his blue form. His aura turned red and blue. He flew at Zamasu fast, faster than before. He punched Zamasu's head off. Literally. Zamasu's head flew spinning into a building, but Zamasu's body just stood there. It did not fall. Then, a new head grew out of the neck. It was gross. The new Zamasu cracked his neck. He looked even angrier. Back with Vegeta, Goku Black was starting to power up. He realized he could not underestimate Vegeta anymore. He stood up. He screamed. A huge pillar of pink light shot up into the sky. The dark clouds swirled around it. Black's power was rising. He was learning from the pain. He was adapting to Vegeta's style. He flew at Vegeta. He summoned his energy blade. He slashed at Vegeta. Vegeta dodged. He weaved his head left and right. The blade missed him by an inch. Vegeta punched Black in the ribs. He felt something crack. But Black did not flinch this time. Black grabbed Vegeta's fist. He squeezed it. He smiled. He said that pain makes him stronger. He pulled Vegeta close. He headbutted Vegeta. Crack. Vegeta stumbled back. He felt dizzy. Black kicked Vegeta in the chest. Vegeta flew back and crashed through a billboard. Gohan saw Vegeta get hit. He left Zamasu and flew towards Black. He wanted to help. He flew fast. He shouted at Black. Black turned around. He saw Gohan coming. Black smiled. He liked Gohan's anger. He said that anger is a good source of power for mortals. He welcomed the challenge. Gohan clashed with Black. Gohan's white aura pushed against Black's pink aura. They were locking hands. They were pushing against each other. The ground beneath them cracked and sank. Gohan was strong, but Black was catching up. Black used his telekinesis. He threw a chunk of a building at Gohan. Gohan punched the rock, breaking it into pebbles. But in that split second of distraction, Black stabbed Gohan in the leg with an energy needle. Gohan yelled. He fell to one knee. Black raised his hand to finish him. Final flash! A massive yellow beam hit Black from the side. It was Vegeta. He was back. His armor was broken, but his spirit was not. He had fired his signature move. The beam engulfed Black. It pushed him away from Gohan. Vegeta flew over to Gohan. He grabbed Gohan by the back of his gi. He pulled him up. He asked if Gohan could stand. Gohan nodded. He ignored the pain in his leg. He stood up. Vegeta said they needed to switch. He told Gohan to go help Goku with the Immortal One. Vegeta said he would finish Black himself. He said it was personal. Gohan nodded. He flew back to Zamasu. Vegeta stared at the smoke where Black was. He knew that attack did not kill him. Sure enough, Black walked out of the smoke. His clothes were torn. He looked like a mess, but his energy was terrifying. He was smiling like a maniac. He reached into the air. He pulled out a giant pink scythe made of energy. It was the sickle of sorrow. He swung it. He did not aim at Vegeta. He aimed at the air. He sliced the air itself. A rip appeared in the sky. It was a dark purple tear in reality. Smoke poured out of it. Black laughed. He said that his anger had given him a new power. From the rift in the sky, shapes started to form. They looked like Goku Black, but they were not solid. They were clones. 10 of them, 20 of them. They floated down. They surrounded Vegeta. They did not speak. They just stared with glowing pink eyes. Vegeta looked around. He was surrounded. He scoffed. He said that quantity does not equal quality. He charged at the clones. He punched one. It disappeared like smoke, but then it reformed instantly behind him. It punched Vegeta in the back. Vegeta turned around and blasted it. It vanished and reappeared. They were hard to hit. They were like ghosts. Meanwhile, Goku, Trunks, and Gohan were fighting Zamasu. Zamasu was getting annoyed. He was fighting 3 Saiyans. Even for a god, it was annoying. He decided to get serious. He flew high up into the sky. He spread his arms. A halo of white light appeared behind his back. It was the halo of light. He shouted, "Blades of Judgment!" Red spears of energy rained down from the halo. Thousands of them. It was like a rain of blood. Goku shouted for everyone to dodge. They flew in different directions. The red spears hit the ground and exploded. The explosions were massive. The whole city was turning into a crater. Trunks used his sword to deflect the spears. Cling, clang, cling. He was moving his hands so fast they were a blur. Gohan created a shield of energy. The spears hit the shield and bounced off. Goku used instant transmission to pop around the battlefield, dodging the spears. One spear hit Trunks in the shoulder. He cried out. He dropped his sword. Zamasu saw this. He swooped down. He aimed his hand blade at Trunks' throat. He said that the sinner must die first. Trunks looked up. He saw death coming, but he did not close his eyes. He reached out with his other hand. He fired a Masenko blast right in Zamasu's face. Zamasu was blinded for a second. Trunks rolled away. He grabbed his sword. He stood up. He was bleeding, but he was still fighting. Goku saw that Trunks was in trouble. He flew over. He knew they were losing stamina. They were tired. They were hungry. They were hurt. Zamasu and Black were not getting tired. This was a war of attrition, and the Saiyans were losing. Goku had an idea. He looked at Vegeta, who was fighting the clones. He shouted to Vegeta. He asked if Vegeta had any Senzu beans left. Vegeta punched a clone and shouted back. He said he had none. They were all out. Goku cursed under his breath. This was bad. Goku looked at his pocket. He had one thing left. It was a small button. The button that the Omni King Zeno gave him. He thought about pressing it. If he pressed it, Zeno would come. But Zeno might destroy the whole universe. It was too risky. He decided to keep it as a last resort. He put the button back. Goku Black was watching Vegeta fight the clones. He was enjoying it, but he felt something strange. He looked at Zamasu. Zamasu looked at him. They both felt it. Their energies were resonating. They were the same person, just from different times. Their souls were vibrating at the same frequency. Black flew over to Zamasu. He ignored Vegeta. The clones kept Vegeta busy. Black landed next to Zamasu. He said that they had played enough. He said that the mortals were stubborn. They refused to die. Zamasu agreed. He said that their resistance was an insult to the gods. He said it was time to show them the true power of a god. It was time to become one. Goku saw them standing together. He had a bad feeling. His stomach dropped. He shouted to Vegeta. He told Vegeta to stop playing with the clones and look. Vegeta blasted all the clones away with a huge explosion. He looked up. He saw Black and Zamasu. Black moved his Patara earring from his left ear to his right ear. Zamasu kept his on his left ear. "No!" Goku shouted. "Stop them!" Goku and Vegeta fired blasts at them. Gohan fired a Kamehameha. Trunks threw his sword. But it was too late. The earrings glowed. A bright green light exploded. It blinded everyone. The force of the light pushed the Saiyans back. They had to cover their eyes. The wind was howling. The ground shook so hard that mountains far away crumbled. When the light faded, there was only one person standing there. He was wearing the clothes of a Kai, but they were black and red. He had white hair that stood up like a Super Saiyan. He had green skin. He had a halo of white light floating behind him. His voice was two voices mixed together. It echoed like a god speaking from the heavens. "My form is justice," he said. "My form is the world. Revere me, praise me, this noble and beautiful, immortal and the most powerful god, Zamasu." Merged Zamasu, he was born. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks stood together. They looked tiny compared to the pressure coming from merged Zamasu. The air felt heavy. It was hard to breathe. Even standing up was difficult. Merged Zamasu lifted one finger. A giant bird made of purple lightning appeared behind him. It screeched. He pointed the finger at the Saiyans. "Blades of judgment," he said softly. This time the attack was different. It was faster. It was stronger. The red spears hit the ground instantly. Boom, boom, boom. The Saiyans were blown away. They crashed into the rubble. They were buried under rocks. Merged Zamasu floated higher. He looked down at the smoke. He said that this world was now his. He began to charge a ball of energy. It was huge. It was the size of a moon. It was the holy wrath. He was going to drop it on the planet. He was going to wipe out everything. Goku pushed a rock off his chest. He stood up. His clothes were ripped to shreds. He was bleeding from his head. He looked at the giant ball of energy. He looked at his friends. Vegeta was unconscious. Trunks was barely moving. Gohan was on one knee trying to stand. Goku knew he had to do something. He could not let the Earth be destroyed. Goku flew up. He flew alone. He flew towards the giant ball. He stopped in front of it. He looked like an ant in front of a sun. He started to charge a Kamehameha. Me. Merged Zamasu laughed. "You think you can stop my justice with that little light?" Goku did not answer. He closed his eyes for a second. He thought about Chi-Chi. He thought about Goten. He thought about Beerus. He thought about everyone relying on him. He opened his eyes. They were determined. Ha! Goku fired the Kamehameha. The blue beam hit the giant orange ball. It pushed against it, but the ball was too heavy. It kept coming down. It pushed Goku back. Goku screamed. He used Kaioken times 10. The beam got bigger. He stopped the ball for a second, but Zamasu just pushed harder. The ball started moving down again. Goku was being crushed. His arms were breaking. "Dad!" Gohan screamed. Gohan flew up. He ignored his pain. He flew next to Goku. He fired his own Kamehameha. Ha! The two beams mixed together. They pushed harder. The ball stopped again. Then Trunks flew up. He added his garlic gun. 3 beams. Vegeta woke up. He saw his family fighting. He gritted his teeth. He flew up. He added his final flash. 4 beams. The combined power of the 4 Saiyans pushed against the god's attack. It was a beam struggle for the fate of the world. The light was blinding. The sound was silence because it was too loud to hear. Merged Zamasu looked a little surprised. "Stubborn mortals," he sneered, "but it is useless." He put more power into the ball. The ball grew bigger. It started to swallow the Saiyan's beams. It was descending. Goku knew they were going to lose. Their power was not enough. They needed a miracle. He looked at Vegeta. He shouted over the roar of energy. "Vegeta, the earrings! We have to fuse!" Vegeta looked at Goku. He hated fusion. He hated it more than anything. But he looked at Trunks. He saw Trunks shaking with effort. He saw the fear in Trunks' eyes. Vegeta closed his eyes. He made a choice. "Fine," Vegeta shouted, "but only this once." They did not have Potara earrings. The Supreme Kai was dead. Shin was dead. They could not use Potara. Goku realized this. His face fell. "We don't have earrings," he yelled. Vegeta realized it too. Despair washed over them. They had forgotten. Without Shin, there were no earrings. They couldn't become Vegito. They were stuck. The holy wrath ball pushed them down. It was meters away from crushing them. The heat was burning their skin. Suddenly, a strange sound cut through the noise. It was the sound of an engine, a very loud, mechanical engine. Everyone looked down. The time machine. It was hovering above Capsule Corp. Bulma was piloting it. She was flying it straight up towards the beam struggle. "Get in!" Bulma's voice screamed over the speakers. Goku looked at the time machine. He looked at the death ball. He realized what she was doing. She was giving them an escape route. "Go!" Goku shouted. "Everyone get in the time machine!" Gohan grabbed Piccolo's body from the ground using his energy. He flew to the time machine. He threw Piccolo's body inside. Trunks flew in. Vegeta flew in. Goku was the last one. He held the beam alone for 1 second. He used every ounce of energy he had. He pushed the ball up just a little bit. Then he used instant transmission. Zip! He appeared inside the time machine. "Go, Mom!" Trunks shouted. Bulma pulled the lever. The time machine vanished. Zip! 1 millisecond later, the holy wrath ball hit the ground. Boom. The explosion was silent at first. Then came the fire. The entire planet Earth was engulfed in white light. The oceans boiled away. The mountains melted. The atmosphere burned. From space, the Earth looked like a star-going supernova. Then, it shattered. It broke into billion pieces of rock. Merged Zamasu floated in space, surrounded by the debris of what used to be Earth. He looked at the empty space where the time machine had been. He smiled. "They ran away," he said, "into the past. How pathetic." He turned to the empty universe. He had destroyed Earth. But his work was not done. He had to cleanse the entire timeline. And then, he would follow them. He had the time ring. He could go anywhere they went. The screen fades to black as merged Zamasu laughs in the vacuum of space, surrounded by the dust of a dead planet. The episode ends with a line. "The Earth is gone. The heroes have retreated. But can you run from a god who controls time itself?"